All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you a top 10 tips for beginners in Tarkov. So let's just go ahead and jump right into that. So number one, I'd say when you begin, you're probably going to want to either, go in whatever scav or whatever and go into a map, and then you want to hit enable offline mode to the raid and then just go in and explore, because that's the best way to learn what locations are and like the references that other videos reference, and also to find like good spots to loot, because it's the same loot as it would be in an online raid. So if you see good stuff and like you find stashes and so just explore around there, find little shortcuts, find whatever you think, and you can put scavs on too, and you can verse the AI and get a little bit better at aiming and the mechanics and stuff. And so yeah, so just throw on offline mode and then explore. And then for number two, I'd say you're probably going to want to start off on the map customs, because it's an easy to understand map in the sense that you can it's an east to west map basically. So you can look like there's only two ways to really go: east or west, or north or south, either east, whatever way you look at it. So there's not a lot of like open areas and stuff, so it's really streamlined, and it's pretty easy to understand the extracts, because if you spawn at one end, the extract's gonna be at the other end, so that's pretty easy. And also you're probably going to want to start running shoreline as well, because I don't know how to describe it. It's big map, it's a big map, but it's also not hard to understand either, because most spawns there's a center point in the map. It's called the resort, and there's two sides that you can spawn on, and those two sides as soon as you spawn, you turn one way and you can go straight toward the resort, and that's really where all the loot is. So there's really only one way to go on shoreline, and also it does have the best loot in the game, pretty much, I'd say, outside of maybe labs. But yeah, so you're gonna want to start with those two maps, learn those pretty good, and once you learn them, get to know the stash locations, which brings us into number three. You want to learn the stash locations of customs. I'd say go and look up another video, because it would take too much time for me to explain where they are. So if you don't know where they are, go ahead and look up another video of where they are on customs, and those are almost guaranteed you can get good stuff if you loot a couple of them, and you can just gamma that stuff if you're running as a PMC. And so that's a good way to make a little bit of profit if you go in. So those are pretty good. And on shoreline, there's a couple that are like on the way toward the resort. You can look those up too. And so those are pretty good. Which brings us to number four. On shoreline, you're probably going to want to buy East Wing 222 key, which is this key right here, and it opens up a room that has really good stuff in it. Basically, I have a video on my channel, if you want to go ahead and look that up. It's a shoreline loot run video. Just go ahead and go to my videos and see if you can find that. And I show you what all the rooms that are good in shoreline are. But this key is probably, I'd say, if not the best, or the second best key, and it's not expensive at all. Like 170k for what you can get. You can get a graphics card, and that pays for the key, and you can get a Tetris that pays for the key almost. You can get LEDX, which pays the key over 15 times almost. So so that's probably a good key to have. Also, I mean, all these keys are good, but 301 is probably the second second bet. Well, it's a LEDX spawn key, but I hardly ever get anything in there. But you can check if you want. But 310, East Wing 310 is also really good. It spawns like gold chains, bitcoins, GP coins, stuff like that, lions, and all that stuff. So that's another good key to have. So that wraps up that, and which brings us to number 5, which is you're gonna want to remember value of items. So if you find things in stashes, or you find things laying around. So let's just take these things for example. You think, okay, this is just a suppressor, like, and I got a couple of suppressors. Like, let's just take this one, the regular AK suppressor. So, but this suppressor is actually pretty good. I mean, it's -6 recoil, but again, let's just check the price. 22K. You'd think, okay, this one's probably in the ballpark of that. Maybe 40K, I'd say, maybe, but no. This is a very expensive suppressor. So if you find someone's gun that has that, you can just take it off, put it in your gamma, and you just profited it, because if you die, then you get to keep the suppressor still. So just I'm sorry, just look for just remember the value of items. Let's just take another thing for example. Let's just take the CQR grip for example. So you look that up, it's 22K, because the ergonomics is pretty crazy on it, like 11 ergo. And also like the shift grip, like this one's also really nice, 2 and then 11, and this is also 20 something K. Yeah, so just keep an eye on that. And fuel conditioner, well, I mean, this is a pretty normal thing, everyone really knows this. It's 100K almost for this. And also defuel. If you find defuel, oh, you hit the jackpot. Let's check it out. 124K for a 1-slot item. Very good. And also expeditionary fuel tanks and other metal fuel tanks and stuff like that, because fuel is very important for the hideout. And also you can make a mag box, which is this, that stores mags with empty ones. So if you can buy empty ones, or you can just put this in your hideout, wait for it to be empty, and then you can make a mag box with it, which is like 320K basically. And so these are around, if you have a full one, it's around 100K for full ones. So I mean, it's 4 slots, but still. So just keep an eye out on for those things. And we're going to number 6, which is to learn the various meds of the game. Okay, this is something I struggled with when I first started. So basically you start out with AI2s. You start with these like cheese looking things. Okay, these are just med kits. They don't stop bleeding. They don't fix limbs. They don't do pain. They don't kill pain. They just heal a limb. That's all they do. And you start out with painkillers as well. And those obviously kill pain. So if your leg is broken, you can still walk. And you start out with bandages. And if you have a bleed, then that will stop it. And that's the only thing bandages do. They don't heal. They don't do anything. They just stop bleeding. That's it. And splints, obviously, they fix a broken leg, broken limb, whatever. And so those are what you start with. And as you get into the game, you start finding more crazy meds, and like grizzly kits. You see these giant things. They have 1800 hit points. You're like, holy crap. And so these stop blood loss. So if you're bleeding, it obviously stops. And they fix fractures as well. So if you get a broken leg and you have a grizzly on you, you can fix it without using a splint, and you can stop the bleeding without using a bandage. So these are pretty good, but they're also 4 slots, and they're also pretty expensive, like 35K. So I'd say keep those in your stash, just because like if you come out of raid, you can heal all and you'll be good. And also you want to look for these IFAKs. These are probably the best in-slot meds. It has 300 hit points, stops blood loss, which is pretty important, and it heals. So those are what you want to keep. Salewas, these are kind of, they're the same thing basically, but they also take up 2 slots, which kind of sucks. And they have 100 more hit points, but these I like to just throw in my rig, and I don't care if I lose them. These I like to throw in the gamma because they're only 1 slot, and you know, who knows if you need it. And these are pretty cheap too. They're like 11k, 10k. And car kits, these car first aid kits, are basically the same thing as all of these. They stop blood loss and they heal, but it has 220 hit points and it takes up 2 slots. So these aren't the best, but they do work, obviously. And that brings us to, let's see. That brings us to splints. So there's an alu splint, which has 5 uses instead of the regular green splint, which only has 1. And so these, you know, obviously 5 uses is better than 1, but they're also like 15k. So just keep that in mind. And that brings us into surgical kits. So there are CMS kits, which only take up 2 slots, and they have 5 uses. And there's also Serve 12 kits, which are, here we go. These are bigger. They take up 3 slots, but they also have 15 uses. As you can see, 14 out of 15, 15 out of 15, you know. So these are pretty good, but they also take a lot of space in the gamma. They take up this whole bottom half, or if you have an alpha, you can't even put it in there. So keep that in mind. Also, what else is there? Stims, I guess. Yeah, we could talk about stims. Oops. And also painkillers too. So there are these analogan painkillers, which they kind of suck, but they are something that you probably gonna want to bring with you on a raid if you're beginning. They have a 3-second use time, which doesn't really matter. They all have like pretty long use times. But the most important thing is to see is it's -7 hydration, and it only removes pain for 100, you know, maybe like two minutes. It only removes basically 2 minutes. So that's not very long, considering that you're, you know, trying to play tactical and, you know, not, you know, just rush in there and try to get everything quick. So that's, and then you have to take another one that's -14, and then another one, and, you know, so on. So these aren't the best, but you're going to want to bring them with you if you can. These ibuprofen they're pretty good. It's almost triple the duration, so 500 seconds, and also it's only -5 hydration, so you save 2 hydration by using this, and it has 12 uses as well. So instead of 4, it's 12. And then let's see, what else are painkillers? Let's see if we can find them real quick. Pills, here we go. Yeah, and also Augmentin, they're not that great. You know, it's only a one use thing, but also has no effect on hydration, and it's 200 seconds. So if you find those, you know, just pop them if you want. They're not really worth that much. So that's that. And that moves us to Vaseline. So Vaseline's probably my favorite one, considering that it's only 17k. You have 10 uses. It's -2 hydration and -2 energy, and it's 500 seconds. So you'll be pretty set once you use it, and as well as, you know, the hydration aspect and stuff like that. But the big boy, the best painkiller you can buy is Golden Star. So if you see this, don't mind these prices. These are because they're, you know, 1 out of 10. So if we scroll down, we go to 10 out of 10. They're like almost 60k. So they're almost 60k for a 10 out of 10 Golden Star. So if you find these, gamma these. I wouldn't really use them unless you're going on, you know, something, a raid that you're kitted out and you know what you're doing. But these are really good. So what it does, it's +4 energy and there's no negatives. So if you take it, you're gaining energy. You're not losing hydration, you're not losing energy. So what else? Oh yeah, it's 600 seconds, and it's, you know, a 1 slot obviously, and it has 10 uses. So I mean, this is the best painkiller you can get, but also it's expensive. So that wraps up painkillers. Let's go ahead and go on to syringes. So the first syringe you're probably gonna find is morphine, and it is a pain. Yeah, that's another painkiller actually. So these are -10 hydration, but +10 energy, and it's 380 seconds, and it's very fast to use. You just pop it open and you stab yourself just like that. And these are only a one-time use. So you know, it's 12K for a one-time use, but also you have to keep in mind the -10 hydration. And that's the last painkiller. No, there's a couple more. And so adrenaline is the red stem, and this one is pretty good. It removes pain for only a minute though, so keep that in mind. It increases endurance, strength, and recoil control, and it gives you health regeneration as well. And it's also the same time to inject yourself with it as well. Also, it is minus energy and hydration, and that's what most painkillers, most injectors are. So let's move on to Propital. So Propital is the best healing, I think the best healing injector you can buy. It's pretty cheap, 10K, and so it removes pain as well, painkiller, and it increases your health by like 1 per 1 second, I think. So if you just CMS your whole body, or you just, you know, survival kit because you have a blacked out limb. Oh, I forgot to talk about that, but let me actually go back to talk about that. So what CMSs do is once you get shot enough in your arm, your leg, whatever, you're gonna have to CMS, or, you know, use a surgical kit on that area of your body. So your arm will turn black. It will turn black, not really, but this part will be black instead of red. And so that means that once you get shot there, damage will go somewhere else. It won't damage your arm anymore. It will go somewhere else. So you're gonna want to CMS that if you can. And so that basically fixes the black arm and it makes it red, and then you can heal it, and then you're good to go. But it also knocks down your max HP to like I think 20 points if it's fully blacked out, I think. But I might not be right on that, but just keep that in mind. So you're gonna have less health, but you're also gonna have an arm that that works. And so back to injectors. So Propital heals your entire body. So if you just use the surgical kit, you can pop this and it'll heal your body instead of you have to heal each and every, you know, area. And so that brings us to the green stem. This one's pretty rare, honestly. I've only found like 2, and I mean, it surprised me they're only 20K. So it heals you as well, and it makes it so your energy drain in your what's it called? Your energy drain in your hydration drain is slower, so you run out of that, you know, less fast, or slower, basically. That's it. And immunity, I think that stops bleeding. So if you get shot, it won't make you bleed as much, I think, because if you get shot, you start to bleed sometimes. And so it also minus endurance, health, and recovery, and energy recovery. So just keep that in mind. So this one's okay. It also heals you, so that's probably the biggest thing. So Zagustin is pretty good. It stops blood loss. It also prevents new bleeds for another, 2-ish minutes. But it also has side effects, which kind of suck. hands tremor, so your hands are shaking while your gun is up, and your hydration gets hit too, and also your metabolism, which is energy drain, stuff like that, will increase. So keep that in mind also. So the red stem or pink stem, I'm sorry, this one is endurance and strength, and it also just has 2 side effects, which are energy drain and hydration drain. That's it. So it's pretty good endurance, I'm sorry, and strength, so that's good. And the blue stem, this one's outrageously overpriced, but I mean, this is the current price. This is a good deal, but so this increases your max stamina, increases stamina recovery, but it also has tunnel effect, which kind of sucks. It like tunnel vision in and out. It sucks. In the hands tremor again, so that your hands are shaking. But this is pretty good. But I would not recommend using it. I would just sell it on the flea, because you can get 60K for it, which is pretty insane. Since it's only a one-time use. So I don't see the value in this, but you do you. But so let's go back to Propital real fast. So that again, the tunnel effect, the hands tremor, those are affected, like those are after you healed and stuff. That's a side effect, and it's for a long time. It's for 4 minutes or something. So that's pretty crazy. I don't really like using it, only if I have to. So just keep that in mind. And is that it? Salewa, I think that is it. Yeah, I think we covered all of the meds. So just keep those. You need to remember those. Those are pretty important to remember. Those are only if you're like brand new to the game and you don't know if what meds are. So I'll have a timestamp, and I'll say skip to this part where I'm done talking about meds and shit. So let's go to ammo. Okay, ammo is very important. It's probably the most important in the game, to be honest. How would I do this? Let's just go ahead and talk about it real fast. So there are different types. There's different calibers of ammo, and so there are 3.66. All of this is trash. So that goes into the VPO rifle, and it also goes into one of the Vepr AKs. All of these are trash. So I would recommend never using these unless you're spawning with a scav or whatever. And so 2.7 by 55, that is the Ash 12 ammo, and the PS1 or PS12B is the best ammo. It is armor piercing, and that's the only reason why. So this is the best ammo for the Ash 12. So 12 gauge. Most of these are pretty bad. I'd say the flechette is the best flesh damage, I'd say. Because it's buckshot, and it's like, as you can read right here, razor sharp flechettes, right? So it's going to do a lot of flesh damage, and it'll probably break some bones maybe, or prevent or start some bleeds. So that's going to really hurt somebody. Also, the best slug for the 12 gauge is the AP-20 slug. Right now it's pretty cheap, but usually it's around 500. But it is an armor piercing shotgun slug, so it's pretty powerful. It can really mess you up. But most of these other ones are pretty bad, outside of the RIP one, which is huge damage to the body, as you can read right here. But it's pretty good as well. So those two are probably the best. The RIP and the AP-20, those are the best 12 gauge, I'd say. So these, the 20 by 70, these are for the TAWs, and the TAWs isn't that good unless you're going around memeing with it, but but they're pretty cheap because no one uses the TAWs, and it just kind of sucks. So yeah. The 4.6 by 30 is the MP7 ammo, And so the APSX, AP obviously stands for armor piercing, as you can see right here. So this is the best the best ammo, basically the best ammo for the MP7, and as you can see, it's sold out by mechanic. So you know, it obviously goes fast. And the second best, I'd say, is probably subsonic. So what subsonic does in real life, I didn't know this, but in real life, if you shoot, the bullet is faster than the sound. It's faster than sound. It's subsonic, so it's faster than sound. And so it doesn't make a sound until, you know, it's already shot and it's been a while. So you shoot, the bullet hits something, and then the sound hits. So basically you don't know what's hitting you, basically. But this is the second best MP7 ammo. This is, you know, a grenade. You can't even use it, but whatever. So that brings us to AK ammo. There's a lot of AK ammo. So there's US all the way up to 7N. So 7N is the best. Well, I'd say 7N and BS are neck and neck when it comes to prices, and I mean the pen is not really that much of a difference. So 7N and BS are the best AK ammo you can buy. I'd say I personally would buy BS because it is cheaper, but also if you have level 3 what's it called, workbench, then you can use 7N, or you can craft 7N for a cheaper price, which is pretty nice. You can get 150 7. I'll show you that later. But so yeah, these two are the best, the BS and the 7N 39. But the third best, I guess, would be BT. BT is very common. You see a lot of people using it. It's armor piercing, but it also is a tracer bullet. So if you're shooting, people will see like the flash of the tracer, and they will see where you're shooting from, which kind of sucks. But again, if you can drop people pretty quick, so you probably won't have to worry about that. I think the ammo that you start with when you purchase the game, you get PRS ammo, which is it's complete garbage. So I'd say just sell this or discard it. It is just terrible. So don't even use this crap. Also, all of these ammo is pretty garbage. I'd say the hollow point, which is HP, that's what it stands for. The hollow point is the only one that is viable, I guess, when it comes to, like, you know, flesh damage, because that's what hollow point specializes in flesh damage. So that if you want to use that, maybe, I mean, it's not the greatest, but I'd say for the best budget, stick with BT, and maybe throw a little BS at the top of the mag, something like that, so you can get a little bit more pen when you're shooting somebody. But that's about it. FMJ sucks, PP sucks, all of these other ones suck, and so I'd say I'd say just stay away from that crap. But that moves on into 5.56, which is 8R ammo, M4 ammo, HK ammo, stuff like that. The best ammo is 995. As you can see, it's 1500 a round, which is pretty crazy. So it's armor piercing, as you can see. You can buy it from level 4 Peacekeeper for around 1400 rubles, because that's around what $12 is. And the second best is 855A1, which is cheap. It's really cheap if you can get it. As you can see, it's sold out and they just restocked. So if you can get it from Skier or Peacekeeper, then you'll be chilling. So that's the second best, and it's probably the best value as well. And people just understand that this sells out, so they just mark it up crazily. So just keep in mind that. The second best ammo, or the third best ammo is probably I think I don't know, what is it? I think it's 8.56A1. It's not the best. It's a tracer round right here, and it's similar. It says similar performance to 855A1, as you can see, similar ballistic performance, which is somewhat true, but it's the third best. So I'd say if you can get your hands on 855A1, it's the best value. If you can get it for these cheaper prices, so just be on the lookout for that. But 856 is trash, 855 is pretty trash, so just stay away from those, I'd say. And this MK, you know, 22 whatever the hell, it's terrible. The hollow point, that's okay, I guess. It would be okay if you want to use, you know, if you want to do flesh damage, but that's, you know, a different story. FMJ sucks. Warmage, you see a lot of this actually. You see it in, oh actually, yeah, you could use this if you want, because it is hollow point as well, as you can see, hollow point effects. So it's okay for flesh damage, and that's about it. So I'd say 9951, 855A1 856 A1 3, and then warmage if you want, you know, flesh damage, you go ahead and use that. But that's that. So we're gonna move on to the 5.7x28, which is P90 ammo and the 5.7 ammo. So basically all of this ammo is garbage except SB193. That's the only ammo that's actually good. Most of this other crap is just kind of garbage. I mean, is it even, yes, it's not even armor piercing. So this is the best one, I'd say, the subsonic rounds for the 5.7 or whatever. So that's what 5.7 and P90 ammo. The 7.62x25, which is TT ammo, the TT pistol. It's all pretty garbage, but LRN is the best, and all of that is pretty trash. So I'd say stay away from that whole thing entirely. That moves on to 7.62x39, which is 7.62 AKs, which is like the AKM. I think the AK-103, I think. The SKS, what else? I can't remember, but the 7.62x39 ammo. Pretty much hollow point ammo. Obviously, if you want flesh damage, that's okay. PS ammo is the second best. It has flesh damage, and it's not very much pen, but it's okay. T45 sucks, US sucks, FMJ sucks. Oh wait, that's a different ammo type, I'm sorry. But BP is the best. Recently, they handed out some appreciation package, as you can see right here. Here's, you know, appreciation package. They handed out, I think, 300 rounds of BP, which was pretty insane because the prices just fell like crazy. It was so cheap, so I bought so much. But now it's obviously back in business, and it's, you know, pretty expensive now. But it's the best armor piercing, you know, it's the only armor piercing armor piercing 7.62, I'm sorry. But it is the best ammo you can buy for 7.62. And let's move on to 7.62x51, which is the hunter ammo, the Viper Hunter. FAL or SA58 ammo. It's the M700 ammo, M1A ammo. It's a lot of different guns. So just be sure to look at the caliber, and then that's the best way. But I'd say the best ammo is M61, but as you can see, the price tag on this boy is pretty damn high. So so yeah, so this I would say stay away from it unless you're using a sniper, because it doesn't take that much ammo, and you can drop people in one shot with this. So it's pretty good. I mean, it is the best, I'm sorry, but it's the best, but it's also very expensive. M62 is the second best. It's also pretty expensive, but it's also a green a tracer round that is green. So if you're shooting and someone sees, like if you miss and someone sees the bullet, you know, fly, they see the green tracer and they look toward where you're at. You know, obviously find you, maybe something like that. But that's okay to use. I'd say use that in an SA58, something that you can drop people pretty quick with, because it is a tracer round. So that's that. M80 ammo is probably the best budget it's the best budget. It can drop people very fast. I've dropped people pretty quick with just an FAL with, you know, M80 ammo. I've just dropped people in, you know, 10 shots. I mean, maybe less, but it's pretty good. So that's the best budget, I'd say. And this TPZ sucks. The FMJ sucks. Ultra Noiser is basically hollow point ammo essentially, and it does a lot of flush damage, but it kind of sucks as well. So M61, M62, and M80 is really only ones you want to stick with. And that wraps up the 762 by 51. So now we're moving on to 762 by 54R, and that is Mosin ammo, SV98 ammo, and what else? SVD ammo. So that's what these are. So the very best ammo in the game is 7N37. So this ammo, I think it does like 96 pen or something crazy like that. This thing, it hits hard. You can one tap anybody. You can one tap anybody basically. 7N1 is the third best, I'd say. It's pretty expensive, but it's also, you know, it's okay. 7, you know, this weird one that you never see anyone use. This is probably the fourth best, and SMB is the second best, I'd say, because it's armor piercing and it's very cheap. As you can see, you can buy so much and just one tap people in the thorax like crazy. I've done it multiple times. LPS, this is the stuff you spawn in with a scav as, or you spawn in as a scav with. This stuff's oak. It's pretty good. You can one tap a couple of people. It doesn't do enough damage. It doesn't. I think it does 75 damage. So if you hit someone in the thorax, they'll have 5 HP left. I've literally done this, and they turned on me and killed me. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So this is I'd probably say SMB is the best budget, and then followed by LPS is the second best budget. But T46, I've never even seen this crap. It's trash. Probably. I mean, I've never seen it. It's pretty garbage, I'd say. What else? Yeah, that wraps up that. And now we'll go up to 9 by 18. This is like the PM ammo, the Keter ammo, the what else? I think that's it. I mean, you see this stuff a lot. So this is the second best. The BZT is the first best. It is the best, I mean. It's somewhat of high armor penetration. It's not, you know, crazy, but that's it. All of these are pretty garbage. SP8, you see, ooh, fancy SP8. No, it's not good. None of this crap is good except BZT and the RGO. That's the only ones that are good, so keep that in mind. Now that moves on to 9 by 19, which is MP9, P226, pistol, what else? The PP90 or PP01, I forget what it's called. But just remember, you know, the caliber. So, let's see. So, AP 6.3 is the best armor piercing ammo. It will drop people pretty quick, especially if you have an MP9. You can just rip into somebody. So, AP 6.3 is the best. The second best is Luger. It has the blue tip. It's very obvious, and it's pretty good. It's obviously second best, so that's that. And let's see, the RIP ammo does a ton of flesh damage. As you can see, look at that tip. It's just nasty. So this RIP ammo will one tap anybody, I think, in the thorax, in the head, and one tap anybody. But they can't be wearing armor, obviously, because it has very low pen. So keep that in mind. PST is trash. PSO is trash. Green Tracer is trash. So AP 6.3, Luger, and RIP is the only ones that are viable. So 9 by 21. This is the Shrimp pistol, or the SH, whatever the crap pistol. Here, I'll show you real fast. This one right here. I like to. It looks like shrimp, so, and everybody calls it the Shrimp, so that's what that is. But back to the ammo. Where were we? So the shrimp ammo, I'm pretty sure SP11 and SP13 are the only ones that are good. I've never seen anyone use this. I've never used it. It's just not really that good. But that's that 9x39. That is VSS and AS-Val ammo. So BP is obviously the best. As you can see, 1,700 a round. It's the most expensive ammo, I think, in the game. So that's the first best because it has a crazy pen, and you know it's obviously a VSS, so it sprays quick. So that's the best. SPP is the second best, and then SP6, and then SP5. But you can honestly shred people with SP5. As you can see, it's cheap as hell for 142 a round, cheap as shit, and you can shred people. So, but if you want to step that up a little bit, I'd say SP6, 600 bucks a round. It shreds people as well. So, I mean, if you want to run a little bit of BP at the top of your mag or something like that, to maybe one tap somebody, maybe do something like that, maybe pen through their helmet, something like that, then I'd say go for it. But other than that, if you're running full mags of BP, then you're just crazy, and or you're just super rich and it doesn't matter. So that covers all of the ammo. So I hope that helped you out, because I know I struggled with this for a while. As you can see, there's so many different types of ammo, you don't know what to choose. So that's that. And let's see, where were we? Oh yeah, so after you get a grip of the game, you know how to play, you got the mechanics down, kind of thing, what's good, what's not, you want to start doing quests. So I'd say start with Proper. He gives pretty easy quests. Let's see, so what was the first one? Debut, I think it is. So Debut is obviously it's very easy. I mean, it may be easy to some people. If you're very new, then it's kind of difficult because scavs can just 180 and one shot you. So so it's just kill 5 scavs at customs, which you're going to be on customs because you want to learn it anyway. So, and then you just got to hand over these crappy shotguns. A lot of scavs spawn with them. You can buy them for like 20 something K if you really want to. So that's that. And then checking, which is, you can look up the Proper quest line on the wiki or on YouTube. But that's pretty easy. And then start with Therapist. Obviously, just do whatever quest until if you can max out Therapist, but you have to be level 32. So keep that in mind. But if you just want to max out Therapist, because you can buy the fit case from her. And so the fit case, if you're new to the game, then you might not know what it is, but which is it's pretty insane. So as you can see, it only takes up let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spots, and look how much space is in it. I filled up this entire thing with rigs, but like it's 196 slots. As you can see, it's pretty insane, and it's a pretty penny, 16 mil. So I mean, if you can get it, if you can trade with her, it's around 15 or something like that. So you can get a mil off by just trading with her. It's like 10 LEDXs, 10 defibrillators, and 10 ibuprofen. So those you're gonna want to do when you get the chance. And let's see what else. And yeah, just keep leveling up as you go. And mechanic, if you can do these gunsmith quests, oh man, you get so much XP. Look at this. And I mean, if you have a ton of money that you can just play around with, you can just keep doing these. Like, look at this, 16,000, 17,000, 17,000, 18,000, all the way up to 15. And you can just keep going with all that, and then you just level up like crazy. But after 15, you need to be level 35 to start the new quest. So after that, you have to stop. Obviously, you can't go any farther. And Ragman, you want to level him up pretty good if you can, because as you can see, you can buy tactics from him. Obviously, they're sold out because it's a pretty decent trade. This I found to be a very good trade. So this is an M2 rig, which is an armored rig, class 4, 60 hit points. It has okay space. That's enough to do some shit with. And it's these round glasses, 4 of these, and these you can trade him for chainlets, which are like 4K or something like that. So that's pretty crazy. And these round glasses, here, let me look these up real fast. Round glasses. What? Oh well, they're like 10K or whatever. So that's a pretty damn good trade. And I mean, it's a big rig, but it's also very good. You know, class 4 and shit like that. And all of you can trade for trizips for these energy saving lamps. Oops, where is it at? There it is. Energy saving lamps. So you can save a little bit of money there. And also just another tip, real quick. This backpack, it seems really good because look at this. It has so much space, but check it out. It sucks because, I mean, it looks nice and it's like, oh shit, that's really slim. Wow. But you can only put medical items in it. I found this out the hard way. I bought one for 100K and I put medical. You can only put medical items. You can't put guns. You can't put anything in there. So don't ever buy that backpack, I'd say. So after that, let's see. So yeah, once you're doing quests, you know, you're chilling out. You want to move into the hideout as you progress, and you know, maybe you get a scav junk box, throw whatever, you know, junk you find in raid and stuff. And what you want to do, you want to focus on leveling up this workbench. So at level 3, the trades are insane. So let's see if I can find one real fast. So you can craft 7N, you know, the best AK ammo. You can craft it for 1 blue, which is 8K, 1 green, which is around 60K, and another red one, which is around 55. And so you're looking at, you know, around 100 and something K, right? And 157N is, let's just take this guy for an example, is 162K. So you're saving quite a bit of money by just crafting it, and you get 150 bullets. And I mean, like, yeah, that's great. And then also, the 995 trade is crazy, as well as this one right here. This BP ammo, as I was saying, the VSS and the ASVAL ammo, the best ammo you can buy for it is 1 red and 1 military filter, which is, it's like, what? And this is only 40K, and this is only 55K. So I mean, you're saving insane money by doing this. Check it out. Let's just take this guy for example, 80 bullets. So let's see if we can buy 80 bullets real fast. 124K. So you're saving, you know, 20K ish around that. So that's pretty good. Also the 995 trade, which is insane. So 995, 140 bullets for an OFZ shell, which is around 70K, and then this one, which is around 60K. So, and you're saving insane money by doing this. Let's just go like this. 200K, 220K. You're saving around 80K just by doing that, which is insane. And so after, you know, those are the best trades, I'd say. You can also do the nade trade if you want, and you can craft these green gunpowders with a smoke nade, which is cheap as shit. And then this is like 15K. You can just craft one of those and just, you can sell it, whatever. And also another one which is really good is the BP, the 7.62 BP. Only 1 green gunpowder for, you know, 120 bullets. That's pretty good. Or it was pretty good once the prices go back up. But that's the best, you know, that's the best hideout trades, whatever. Just keep doing that. And if you want like a Bitcoin farm, you gotta level up the intelligence center, which is a pain in the ass. You have to level 3 med station, which is, it costs a LEDX, so yeah, right. Okay. But also you're gonna need 3 intelligence folders, which are 200K almost each, which is insane. And then you have to have level 3 attention and level 2 mechanic, whatever. But I mean, it's, you know, and then you have to level up other crap. So I'd say if you can get max workbench, then you're chilling. But that's about it. And what else? Also, make your final goal, or like the goal with your money. As you can see, I'm just saving so much money because, I mean, I'm just waiting to get another thick case. But that's really the only thing that I spend my money on, really. because I find guns in raid. Like I found this on Shoreline. Mosin's one tap people, so I keep a bunch of those. You know, I have a bunch of just random guns everywhere, so I don't really have to worry about buying guns really ever. So that's really what I spend my money on, is cases, and that's pretty much all you need to, you know, that should be your main goal, because that's the only thing that people struggle with mainly, is having enough space. Like as you can see, this is very open, which is insane, because you know I threw everything down here. I have like a bunch of cases, you know, thick case, all that stuff. So if you can make your final goal just getting cases and, you know, keep stacking and stacking, then you can actually truly not care about what you lose in raid. And that's the most important, I'd say, because that affects how you play. And like, let's just say for example, the other day I was on Shoreline, I was pistol running, I found an AK, killed a geared guy, and then I didn't care about what I had because it was his stuff, it wasn't mine. And so I killed 2 of his other teammates, and I died by his other teammate, but that doesn't matter. So I was playing like I didn't care, which is the best way to play, really. And so if you have this much money, you get guns, like you don't even have to spend any money, so you're like, oh, I didn't even spend any on this, so like, hey, I'm gonna just throw an AK there, you know. So that's the most important thing, I'd say, is just get your money up and then be comfortable with what gear you use and stuff like that. And that's about it. This video is insanely long, I'm so sorry, and you know, 50 minutes, that's insane, but hopefully this helped you guys out. The beginners, if it helped you out, please let me know in the comments. Drop a like if you want. Also, maybe consider hitting subscribe, maybe, you know, stuff like that. And I'll stream, I stream a couple of times a week, so be on the lookout for that. And that's it from me, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream, and peace out.